Hi.
I looked like you were going to talk, so I was waiting.
I was just uber prepared.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Hello. Oh, man.
Welcome
We
to
already
our monthly bonus episode, Lurking in the
to a
News.
good start. Yes, sorry. Welcome to what sixth you said?
Yeah, this is number 6.
6 already.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah. So that
I
means we've
hope
been doing
everybody
this for like 6 months now.
Yeah, holy moly. I hope everybody's enjoying these little news segments.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten too much feedback, but we enjoy doing the little ones that we can
Mm-hmm.
squeeze in there.
Yeah. It's nice to know
And
what's happening in the country or even around the world.
I
Interesting.
also think it's cool that, because this is going to happen today, that who knows how many months down the road where the news update we give becomes maybe the next case we cover, or, a new update that we can give.
Mm-hmm. Or an update on an update, you know?
Yep, see, you just never know.
Yep.
And today, also, I squoze in, it's old news, but funny news, a little bonus story that maybe I can end on for today. Yes. And I'm going to start us off. And I want to tell y'all that I had a fun little trip to the hospital this week. So when I wrote all these, I was on some medication. So I don't really remember quite how these went. So these are news to me as well as you. So here we go. My first one is about Kelsey Pittman. This was last updated at the end of July of 2025. A 33-year-old Kelsey Pittman, who was a resident in North Carolina, last communicated with her family in November of 2024. When they didn't hear from her, they reported her missing. There was a report that Pittman was seen in St. George, Utah in early December. Then on February 5th, someone called in an abandoned car on private property in Death Valley. There they found a 2009 Chevrolet HHR with North Carolina plates registered to Pittman. This is about 260 miles from Pittman's last known location. Nothing was found inside or outside of the car to help locate Pittman, so that sparked the sheriff's office to start a big missing persons search. Over the next few months, they used drones, cadaver search dogs, and organized volunteer searches. Pittman was officially added to the NamUs in May. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Nameless.
NamUs, thank you. In May 2025. She could have been using aliases like Infinity James and James Jones. But on July 22nd, after missing for 9 months, Pittman was found alive in Colorado. And there was no other information pertaining to her or provided because of Pittman requesting privacy.
Weird.
Yes. So, I honestly, because like she wants the respect of her own privacy, I'm not even going to throw my theories out there. Let the girl live. I guess.
Yeah, but if you know you're missing and people are looking for you, why aren't you speaking up and saying, I'm not missing?
I feel
Instead of
like that.
wasting effort.
I also wonder though sometimes if those people could have had like turmoil with family or something and really
Yeah,
are
so
running
they're like
running. What
trying
if they're
to
running for
hide
their
or
life?
something.
Yeah, like running for their life and trying to stay private.
I mean, in which
And
case, couldn't she still have contacted police and be like, hey, I wish to remain private for safety reasons, but I'm not missing?
yeah, I mean, yeah, she definitely could have done
I don't
that,
know.
but
I don't know the
And it
situation.
was kind of weird seeing her car abandoned and things like that. So it is a little suspicious, I guess. But
Yeah, it makes it look like some sort of foul play is involved if there's like an abandoned car and that kind of thing.
yeah, yeah, weird story though.
Yeah.
9 months later in
I mean, it's good
Colorado.
she's alive and okay.
Yeah,
We don't really get
definitely.
that kind of ending often on this channel.
No, unfortunately.
All right, next up is Trudy Appleby. Trudy Appleby was 11 years old when she vanished on August 21st, 1996, near her home in Moline, Illinois. She had asked her dad if she could go swimming with a friend on Chappelle's Island, but he said no. She went anyway, and then was never seen again.
Ugh.
Yeah. A
Uh,
neighbor, yeah, her poor dad, like,
I know. Like I was just thinking, like
mhm,
you just can't do right all the time as a parent, guys.
yeah,
You just
it's not his fault.
can't.
Teenagers or preteens will be preteens.
Yep. Because I would have done the same damn thing.
Yeah. A neighbor told police she believes she saw Trudy getting into a gray vehicle with a man in his early 20s with brown curly hair. Despite many years of investigating, the case grew cold until recently. On August 13, 2025, Moline Police Chief Darren Galt said at a press conference, 28 years, 11 months, and 23 days. That is how long the family of Trudy Appleby has waited for a resolution to her disappearance. That's 10,584 days. That is the time it has taken to stand before you and say what we had long hoped we could say. We have made an arrest in the murder of Trudy Appleby. Today I can confirm that on August 13, 2025, Jameson Fisher was indicted by a grand jury in Henry County, Illinois for the murder of Trudy Appleby. End quote. Fisher was named as a person of interest in 2020. He was a family friend and associate of another suspect who died back in 2014. Fisher was already in custody in an Iowa jail on an unrelated drug and parole violation charge when the Moline Police Department served his arrest warrant. According to Kathy Runtry, the Henry County State's attorney, Fisher was, quote, indicted with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of concealment of a homicidal death, end quote. She also stressed that anyone charged with a crime is innocent until proven guilty. Unfortunately, police still do not know where Trudy's body is, as she is presumed deceased. Chief Galt also stated, quote, at this time, we have not recovered the remains of Trudy, and due to that ongoing investigation, I am unable to discuss in any more detail this part of the case. We will continue to pursue anything that comes up, and we hope that at some point we'll be back in front of you to give you better answers. But this is the current phase we're in, and the investigation does not stop today, end quote. If you have any information about the Trudy Appleby case or where her remains might be, please contact the Moline Police Department at 309-797-0401.
Well, I'm glad. It sounds like we got somebody.
Yeah, a little bit of resolution in that case. Hopefully we can find her body, though.
I know. I had another case on here. I don't. You know what? I'm not even gonna. Don't even quote me on that. I don't know what I have here.
I just hope that what they have is enough to convict the guy, because it is hard to convict without a body. And I don't know what evidence they have that led them to him.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we won't, and we probably won't get any of those details till they take that to trial or something.
Yeah, and that probably won't even be till next year for all we know.
Yes, of course. Yeah, more than likely anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my next one is about the first date trials. Maxwell Anderson, who's 34 years old, went on a first date with Sade Robinson. The 19-year-old college student met Maxwell at a Milwaukee restaurant called Twisted Fisherman for dinner on April 1st, 2024. Sade was attending Milwaukee Area Technical College studying criminal justice while working at a pizza shuttle. Afterwards, after the date, Maxwell took Robinson back to his apartment, where he brutally killed her, dismembered her, disposed of her body
What?
parts in various places, and burned her car.
That, that escalated very quickly. Like, what the
Yeah,
heck?
yeah, that's
Has he dismembered somebody before?
not that I no, there was no previous dismemberments that I'm aware of.
You know
Um,
that is very scary. You can't you can't even
you
go on a
can't
date
trust
anymore
anybody.
without being
I
dismembered.
know about yeah, just being killed. Like she's just they were having a good night apparently, dinner, drinks,
Right. Like what the heck happened?
back to his apartment, probably to have a great ending to a great night, you know. And
He didn't want to and he got mad and I don't know.
I don't know. No, no, Kirsten, it doesn't go that far. When you're just a drunk guy who gets mad because she said no. This is planned.
Well, it
Dismemberment.
it must have. What else? There's nothing you
Yeah,
could have done to this man to warrant what he did.
yeah, that's exactly right. Over the next few weeks, the various body parts of Robinson were being found. Both her legs, right arm, and her torso were found around like different parks and things. On April 2nd, another part of her leg was found in a different park. This is the same day Maxwell drove around Robinson's car and set the car on fire. On May 11th, her right arm washed up in Wakongan, Illinois.
So he's literally
Her
scattering her everywhere.
literally, yeah. Literally, yeah. Her head has not been recovered.
What is this man's like? He had to have been arrested for something in the past. Like, there's no way this was his first crime ever.
And not that I sat there and dug deep into
Mm-hmm.
his past, but nothing was mentioned in the articles that I found. That like anything that was like nothing like this at all.
I need to know the
Maxwell,
telepathy behind this. What the heck happened here?
yeah. Um, Maxwell is being charged with first degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, hiding a corpse, and arson. The only angle the defense really had was that he had no motive to kill Sade
Right.
and no murder weapon was found in his apartment. They found 2 photos on Maxwell's phone, one of Robinson face down on the couch, and the second was of him removing her pants and underwear. Yes, yeah. Those pieces of clothing were found in the trunk of the burned car. Maxwell was also seen on surveillance getting onto a bus after setting the car on fire. Sade had an app on her phone that shares your location with other people, and this showed that where she was, the final location of her phone was Warnemount Park, where most of the body parts were located. Well, I mean, what body parts were found? The majority of them were found in that park. Maxwell was arrested on April 4th, 2024. On August 1st, Maxwell Anderson was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison.
This man needs death.
Yeah, they don't do that. They don't do that there.
Great. Well, let's change that, please.
uh,
Disturbing story.
right? Like that one was, yeah, that was
I don't know why, but something about like torsos really gets me. Like
just
finding a
a
leg,
word
an
or
arm, that's terrifying enough, but a torso, I don't know, just something about that really bothers me every time, like especially like the case of the torso killer. Like there's just something disturbing about there just being a torso.
that's because like
Because the
I
rest of the
feel
body's gone. Like here's your torso.
Yeah, they have cut away all
Yeah.
your other distinguishing parts. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, yeah, that's brutal. You know, that's
Yeah.
unnatural. You know, to so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, and he apparently really dismembered her because they're yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's very unsettling.
That's what I'm saying. He had to have planned it.
Right, like there's no way this just happened.
Yeah, he did not just bring somebody home and then like, oh my, oops, she's dead. Oh, I'm just remembering her now. Like,
And like, was he planning to be a serial killer? Like, was he planning to do this again?
I don't know. That,
That's that's
that's
weird.
crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Let us
Yeah,
know your thoughts in the comments.
yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh man. Next up is Giovanni Pelletier. I originally had this one on our list to share as a missing person, but there have been some sad updates to this case. Giovanni, age 18, had traveled from Raleigh, North Carolina to Englewood, Florida in late July with his mother, Bridget Pelletier, her fiance, Jeremy Brown, and Giovanni's 4 siblings. He planned to reconnect with some of his paternal relatives while in Florida, which is where he was born and had lived until he was about the age of 4. Around 1:30 a.m. on Friday, August 1st, Giovanni was picked up in Englewood by a paternal cousin and 2 of the cousin's friends who were going to take him to Brevard County. Within 30 minutes of being picked up on August 1st, Giovanni twice texted and called his mom, but she was asleep and didn't see the missed calls and messages until later that morning. Both texts included the word help. Yeah. When she awoke around 6:20 a.m. on August 1st, she also had a missed call from one of the people who had been with Giovanni and a voicemail from Giovanni's paternal grandfather. The voicemail said an altercation had taken place between Giovanni and the other men, and they had left Giovanni on the side of the road in Bradenton in Manatee County. Bridget spoke to the cousin who told her the group smoked marijuana with Giovanni after they picked him up, and then he began to panic. The cousin also claimed that Giovanni cursed at him, which led to a confrontation on the side of the road, during which Giovanni apparently pulled out a knife. Then the group wrestled the knife from Giovanni and he took off running. Bridget was adamant that the alleged behavior is very out of character for her son, whom she believes likely felt unsafe and outnumbered. One of the men who was there that night told authorities that after they smoked weed together, Giovanni started tripping, and they pulled over because he had to use the bathroom. While stopped, Giovanni attempted to reach his mother. He sent 2 texts that, like I said before, both said help. After he got back into the car, they continued driving on Interstate 75, and the individual said Giovanni told them, "I am a demon and I will wreck this car."
Squeeze me.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know if they only smoked weed, if there was something in that weed, or if he just gets very paranoid on weed. Um, I did read in one other article that it had been quite a while since he had smoked last. So I don't know if it just was
Okay.
too much for him. I don't know.
I don't know. Go on, go on, go
According to the people with Giovanni, he reportedly threatened to kill them and tried to open up one of the car doors while the car was still moving. The 3 men said they pulled over and learned Giovanni had a knife. That was when that all happened. He got out of the car and began running in the southbound lanes of I-75, leaving behind his backpack and phone, which the others then left on the side of the road. One of the men then called Giovanni's grandfather to notify him of the situation after they couldn't reach Bridget. So that's everything that happened that night leading up to when, at 6:50 a.m., the cousin called Bridget again and told her what happened.
Yeah.
She called 911 at 7:13 a.m. and asked the operator to have deputies do a wellness check near where Giovanni last got out of the vehicle. Authorities interviewed the cousins, who voluntarily turned over their vehicle and cooperated throughout the investigation. Sadly, on August 8, 2025, a family friend found the 18-year-old's partially submerged body in a retention pond in Manatee County.
Mm.
Yeah, so they were searching for him for about a week, and then he was found. Investigators began reviewing traffic cameras in the surrounding areas and saw Giovanni on I-75 around 2:18 a.m. when he was captured by the 44th Avenue camera. He can be seen running across the highway toward a concrete barrier, which is where the retention pond is. A camera outside of a Lowe's captured Giovanni a minute later running down an embankment at like a very fast pace. His body was then found at the bottom of the embankment in the pond.
Mm.
Sheriff Rick Wells said at a press conference that in all of the camera footage of Giovanni from that night, no one is seen following or chasing him, and no one comes down the embankment after him. The medical examiner did not find any evidence of foul play. Giovanni did not have any trauma to his body, and there were no gunshot or stab wounds or anything else that would point to a cause of death. A dive team searched the pond after his body was located, but did not find any other evidence. So we are now waiting on the results of a toxicology analysis, which could take a few weeks, and no charges have been filed in the case.
I'm wondering if he just fell and drowned.
Yeah, it seems like this was like an accidental death.
This really seems like such a terrible mix of a perfect storm of being pushed out, being left behind, and whatever, going down that hill for whatever reason, and trip, fall, whatever, pond there, fell in it, unfortunately died.
Yeah, like I don't
That's
know
what
how
it
deep
sounds
it was, like if he couldn't get up or if he hit his head and then was
That's what
unconscious and drowned.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be much water for you to drown in it if you're incapacitated.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just
So,
very sad. Like this, like all because maybe if he hadn't smoked, like this wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? It seems like it was all brought on by his reaction to that.
yeah. Yeah, which is very weird reaction.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone reacts differently to substances, so.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess also it crossed my mind of like, you don't know what he's taken at home or whatever, too.
Yeah, it's very sad. Only 18
So,
years old.
that is very sad. All right, my next one is Angelli Rea. Anthony Angelli Rea was born in 1973. He lived in Malden, Massachusetts most of his life with his mother. In August 1988, his last known location was in Harbor School in Newbury, Massachusetts. 4 years later, partially buried remains are found off of Highway 95 South in Newbury. The cause of death was unknown, but the autopsy determined they were the remains of a teenage boy. It wasn't until recently that the DNA samples were sent to a private laboratory located in Texas that is equipped with the latest technology. These remains found had been positively identified as 15-year-old remains of Angelia Rea.
Oh.
They are now working on finding other relatives to Anthony. Anyone with information is to call the State Police Unsolved Case Unit at 855-MA-SOLVE.
Did it say what they thought like the cause of death was at the time?
No, because I'm guessing because it was the remains were completely probably skeletal at this time because it was 4 years later. So
Yeah.
they was no the cause of death was unknown from the autopsy.
That's sad. 15 years old.
Yeah, that is really sad. And like we know nothing, absolutely
Yeah.
nothing.
But a little closure to the family that we now have a name.
Yes, and the remains. Yeah, then we can, that
Yeah, the family member's
little
no
bit.
longer missing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
My next case is Emmanuel Haro. So this story is still actively being investigated and currently actively being talked about in the news. So I'll just kind of tell you what's happening now, but there's definitely going to be future updates on the end, whatever the ending is of this story. But it's a good one to follow as it progresses. On Thursday, August 14th, 2025, parents Rebecca and Jake Haro reported their 7-month-old son missing. Rebecca said she was attacked and knocked unconscious in a parking lot near a Big Five store in Yucaipa, California. When she regained consciousness, she told investigators her baby was gone and that he had been kidnapped.
I saw this in the news.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't know this was the one you were covering. Sorry. Sorry. See, this is all news to me, guys.
Yeah, it's a big story right now.
Yeah.
Rebecca and Jake were both arrested and accused of murder on Friday, August 22nd, after detectives found inconsistencies in the mom's story and determined that their claims that Emmanuel was kidnapped were not true. Deputies changed the case's classification from kidnapping to critical missing child. While searching the family's home in the days after they reported their son kidnapped, deputies removed a 2-year-old child from their care and transferred her into the custody of the Riverside County Department of Public Social Services.
I smell a secondary Casey Anthony's case coming up.
Maybe.
That'd be terrible. But if you didn't see the video, her acting, yeah. If she
Yeah.
really did it, yeah, Oscar goes to her.
Yeah. Jake's ex-wife then filed for a restraining order against him, and court records show that she was seeking to have his visitation rights stopped in light of Emmanuel's disappearance. And Jake seems like he's a piece of shit. He previously pleaded guilty to willful child cruelty in 2023.
Oh.
And prior to his arrest on Friday, was slated to appear in Riverside County Court in early September for firearm violation charges.
Do you know what that child charge, like, what he would have done for that kind of charge?
No, I didn't really look into that. I also, in one article, it said it was in 2018, and another said 2023. So I don't know if it was just one and the dates are just incorrect in one of them, or if there was two. But bottom line, he should not be around children.
Yes.
Riverside County Sheriff's deputies said they responded to a call of child abuse at a home in the 2300 block of Cottonwood Avenue in Moreno Valley on Thursday afternoon. And they confirmed the investigation is related to the Haros. So the day before they're being charged, they're responding to a separate call of child abuse.
Yeah.
Authorities sadly believe the baby is dead. They conducted an operation off the side of the 60 freeway in Moreno Valley on Sunday, August 24th. It's unclear exactly why San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department deputies were drawn to the area. They confirmed that both cadaver dogs and detectives were at the location along the westbound shoulder of SR 60 near Gilman Springs Road in the Badlands, which is a sprawling expanse of wilderness that includes canyons and mountains. Jake Haro was also with authorities when the search was going on. Video posted to social media showed him wearing an orange jumpsuit while standing with investigators in a field. So clearly he's not being cooperative, because if they haven't found the body yet, like, he knows where it is.
Yeah.
And he's just standing there with them in a field. Like, he's clearly not helping.
You think he's just looking for attention?
No, I think he just doesn't want to tell them where the body is, so he's acting like he doesn't know anything. Like, you're already arrested and suspected of murder. You're not getting out of this. Just show them where the baby is.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. It's disgusting. We should even be, like, having to ask you for this. We already got you. Like,
exactly. Like, just show them. We already got you. You're not getting away with it. Just show them the body.
Piece of shit.
Both Jake and Rebecca Haro are due to appear in Riverside County Court this week.
Oh, good.
So hopefully we get some heavy charges for these two I don't even know what to call them. Monsters.
Yeah. I can't. I'm too drugged up to think of good creative insults right now. Come on, Kirsten, be a better roaster.
Nasty slime on the bottom of a donkey's asshole.
Solid. Yes. It's pretty gross.
That's all I could come up
I
with.
give you an A minus. That's good. I give you. That's good. I agree with it. Nothing you said in that statement was wrong. So, all facts.
I hope a bird shits on your head as you walk into the courtroom or into the courthouse.
Every time he walks outside, I hope a bird shits on his head.
And her head.
Yeah, and
There's
her
no
head.
better.
Every time you walk outside, there's just a bird
Yep.
constantly there ready to shit on you.
Yeah. I hope you're a constant target for bird shit.
Yep, that's right. All right. Did you have one more little update, or am I doing my funny story now?
Yeah, I just wanted to. So, if you watched Lurking in the News Volume 1, we talked about the Martin family, who they were a family of, I think, 5, who disappeared on December 7th, 1958. They were gone to
Wow.
look for Christmas greenery and then never came home. In the first Lurking in the News Volume 1, we talked about how a car had been found in. Let me look it up. Oh, the Columbia River Gorge.
Oh, well, you should have remembered that.
I should have, yeah. So yeah, in volume 1, I think that was in March, a car matching the family's vehicle description was found at that time.
If you want to hear that story, check out
Yeah,
Lurking in the
listen to
News.
volume 1. I'm not going to go over everything that we talked about then. But now the remains of 2 adults have been found, or they were pulled from the car on August 22nd on Friday. Some personal effects, including some with names and addresses of the family, were found among the remains, as well as a camera and children's toys. And then
Wow.
Archer Mayo, the diver who found the car, also found these remains and turned them over, and the other items he found, to investigators. So now we're just waiting on all that to be tested and officially, DNA matched to say that it was the 2 parents. And then 2
Yeah.
of the daughters were found already before. They were found in the river not long after the crash, or
Oh,
suspected
okay.
crash. But it was just the rest of the family. And I still think there's one more body that we're waiting on. I think there was 3 children in the car that day.
Okay.
2 have already been found years ago, but the parents were never found. And then I think another child we're still waiting on.
Well, good. I mean, slowly closing that as far as bringing them home type of
Yeah.
thing.
So hopefully the remains do test positive for the Martin parents.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. They probably pulled that car off like a time capsule.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that would.
1958. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. All right, so my bonus story is a little dated. It's from 2022, but it was just funny, and I just had a hell of a week. So I thought you would appreciate this story, Kirsten, very much so, and you will realize why soon. I'm talking about Tony Whitman. Tony Whitman was a 45-year-old in 2022. He was born in Australia and served 2 deployments with the Australian military. I could confirm 2 years of service from 1995 to 1997, but other claims say that he had a full 16-year career in the Army.
Oh.
He had an appointment on January 12th, 2021 to pick up his cat from the Lost Dogs home in Melbourne, Australia. But he wanted his best friend back, so he went to the shelter early. But he went in full military gear and took his AR with him and demanded his cat back. Bailey Scarlett had just shown up for her shift that night. It's right now around 10:30 p.m. that he is showing up. Because of Whitman's uniform, she believed something was happening until things escalated, where he demanded the keys to the cat room. Scarlett stated she did not have the keys, and at this point, I think he realized, like, what now? Like, what am I going to do now? My plan is not going to plan. So he said, if you do what I say and listen to me, I won't shoot you. He then used cable ties to tie up Scarlett's hands and legs. He told her to count to 100 and then call for help. If I see you, I will shoot you. After 5 minutes,
What's
she called.
happening? He's just there to pick up his cat.
Yep.
What is going on right now?
Yeah. Yep. So after 5 minutes, she called for help. Whitman still had his appointment to get his cat the next day that he showed up for. After he had left that night, he had dumped his gear in the bushes. He had a hunting knife, a tomahawk, cable ties, a pet carrier with him.
What a combination.
full military gear, everything. AR, pet carrier in the other hand. You know, he's there for his best friend.
Yeah,
I
but if
want
he was
somebody to
already
do this
coming the
for
next
me.
morning, why is he there that night?
I mean, he was having a mental breakdown, okay? And I'll tell you later. He knows he was a bad man.
Okay.
He was caught and charged with 5 charges. False imprisonment and aggravated burglary were the biggest charges. He was sentenced to 6 years. He states that his brain had a brain meltdown and suffers from PTSD, and his cat has gotten him through a lot, and he just wanted him back. And it is the only thing in this world that he treasures.
You know, sir, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I knew you'd come around. I knew it wouldn't take much for
I
you to
mean,
come
he was
around.
a little aggressive. I'm not going to tie someone up and point my gun at them. I don't even have a gun, but if I did, I'm
For
not
your
going to be
kitty,
using it.
I want somebody to come in guns a-blazing for me if I'm trapped.
But he was found. They were just holding him until he came to
He
pick
was.
him up. He
He
wasn't
was.
stolen or kidnapped by these people.
I know he was. Well, I couldn't find the story as to why his cat, like, if they came in and like he got out and they like trapped him. I
Mm-hmm.
could not find why his cat was in the shelter specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and again, could have been medication brain. Somebody will probably listen to this one day and find me the facts. Thank you, but um, he, I I get the mental illness, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
he just wanted his best friend. Could you imagine feeling nothing but alone in this world and your best friend? You're just like, and like you just have this PTSD and whatever
Mm-hmm.
from
Yeah.
and you're just like, I gotta save my best friend. I need my best friend. And he said, and it just like he said, there was a quote that he said that just his military training and his anxiety just came together, and he knew he messed up. He
Mm-hmm.
knew, you know. Um,
Yeah. But this is very avoidable. He could have went in there nicely and said, "Hi, I would like my cat back."
yeah, he could. Would he be in the news? No.
Yeah. Would he have these charges? No.
No. I think he learned a valuable lesson. Uh, you know, he's a real one for that cat, though.
Yeah, but by doing this, he got more time away from his precious cat. He got
I know.
6 years.
I know. You're right. You're right.
Tisk tisk.
It is. I also put in a lot of effort to try and figure out the cat's name. Couldn't figure that out.
Oh, do you have a picture of the cat?
No, I couldn't find a picture of the
Oh
cat.
man.
Yeah. But I bet it don't matter. That cat was worth it.
Yeah. We'll post pictures of our stink butts instead.
Heck yeah. Any opportunity to post my stink butt?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was my funny little like crazy cat lady would love this story
Yeah.
for you. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And make like a shadow and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at
Lurking in the Shadows Podcast.
Check us out on TikTok at
Lurking in the Shadows Pod.
Any questions, concerns, or case suggestions, shoot us a Gmail at
Lurking in the Shadows Podcast at gmail.com. And keep lurking around for our next episode. Bye.
Bye.